Welcome back. In the second part, we'll extend what we learned about interactivity by introducing more features like toggles and sliders to our app. This will help you understand how user input affects your app's state. Let's jump right in. Let's start with a toggle. This is a simple switch that lets the user turn something on or off. For example, we'd use it to show or hide some text. First of all, I'm establishing here a state variable. So, as we explained in the previous part of this episode, we type state at state private var is visible. That will be the name of the app. Um, is visible, or we'll set it as a boolean type. If you don't know what a boolean variable type is, well, it is a variable that can have two states, false or true. So it will be a boolean. We type bool like this, and um, the first value will be true. Okay. Um, Now we are adding the toggle and the conditional text view. The conditional text view um, will be this one. Just let me delete this image, and this is how you define a toggle in SwiftUI. You type toggle between parentheses. You can manage different factors. In this case, I am the first parameter will be the name in this case, so it will say show message. There you go. The second one here is how we link the state variable we defined before with the toggle. We type is on, and we type the name of the state variable we defined here with a dollar sign before it. The dollar sign makes the variable apt to be changed with the toggle. This is called a binding, and and this is the only way you can control state variables with other elements in your app, like toggles and sliders that we'll see next in this episode. Finally, if we want the text to be shown only when is visible is true, then we have to type if is visible. You don't have to type equal true because in this case, if you only type the name like that, the computer will take it as you would have written is visible equal true. Then we type what we want to see if the variable is true. In this case, we're controlling a text, so I'm typing text. The check. So as you can see right now, this toggle is on, so the variable is true, and that's why this text is displaying. But if I disable it, the text disappears. Enable appears, disable disappears, as you can see. Next, let's add a slider. Sliders are great for letting users select a value within a range, like adjusting volume or brightness. We'll use a slider to change the size of some text. So we are defining another state variable. This state variable will be called font size. the type of the variable for the type of value that fonts in SwiftUI use is cgfloat. That is nothing more complicated than a simple number without nothing else. In this case, the initial value will type 20. In this variable, we'll store the size of our text. It's a cgfloat, which is a data type for numbers with decimals commonly used for UI measurements. Now we're going to add a slider and connect it to a font size. So I'll add another text here. That will be so I'll add another text here. That will say dynamic text size. Okay, the font will be the font so we'll give it the properties. The font will be with a font between parentheses and system. System, again another parenthesis, size equal font size. Okay, size 2 points font size. That is the variable we got here. So as you can see, it is 20 right now. And let's add some padding as well. And now we're adding this slider. In SwiftUI, you can add a slider by typing slider parentheses. The first parameter will be the value. That again, as I showed you before, it is going to be $sign, but in this case, font size. The second parameter will be in. With this, we'll define the range of values that the slider will control. So I wanted to control between 10 and 50. So the font size doesn't end up lower than 10, neither bigger than 50. Then we add a step, and in this case I'm typing 1. This makes the font increase 1 each time. If you, for example, put 10, it will increase 10 font sizes per unit of the slider. So let's just leave it in 1 for more control, and this is like it would be. So as you can see here, it appears there because it's 20. Look, I increase it, the font size increase, I decrease it, the font size decreases. No, not smaller than 10, neither bigger than 50. Okay? Now let's combine the toggle and slider. We'll use the toggle to control whether the slider is enabled, giving us more control over interactivity. So now inside this if, we are just typing, you are just putting this inside as well. We're putting this inside, we're putting this slider inside the if is visible, and this text will go outside we'll just delete it. And now if I disable it, um, if I disable it, we don't get the slider, so we cannot change the size. But if I enable the toggle, we can now see the slider and control the text size. To summarize, in this part we used the toggle to control visibility dynamically, added a slider to adjust a numeric value like font size, and combined both elements to create layered interactivity. Experimenting with these elements in your own project is a great idea. Try changing colors, adding more sliders, or using toggles to control other parts of your UI. In the next episode, we'll focus on testing our app in the simulator or even in a real device to see how it works on a virtual device or in a real device. See you then.